Hello, so this video is how to change the battery on a Game Boy or Game Boy Color game. This could work with pretty much any, I would say any game that has a save battery. I haven't checked N64 games because the N64 games I currently have do not use a save battery. I do know Super Smash Bros. Has a battery, but Donkey Kong 64 and Super Mario 64 do not, and those are the games I have. Anyway, besides that, hopefully this is not a bit. Let's see if I can make it. I just don't want it to be too blurry. Hopefully it's okay. Anyway, so the first thing you want to do is you want to get your 4.5 millimeter security bit. That's what I have here. So you open up the cartridge. So I did want to do this with two different games, but I just saw that someone wanted this done. So I do have Pokemon Silver. I just changed the battery on this. I got this dead battery. I just changed it so it saves again. Very nice. And I also got it for this as well, Pokemon trading card games. I grew up with both of these, so I was very happy to get these at a good deal and then just, replace the battery. But anyway, let's go for this because this is definitely a game that I like as well. I love Wario Land. It's one of my favorites. All right, so I believe, yep, there you go. Just slide it down a bit. Let's open it up. There we go. So this game actually still saves. The one thing I want to mention is that if you do have a save, most games, once you remove this battery, it'll delete the save data. But that's okay because, well, it depends on you. For me, it's okay because I don't mind playing this game again. It's very fun. It's like Metroid. Like you get power ups and go to different areas. All right, so first things first, get your soldering iron. All right, gonna have mine heated up. Then you got to get your battery. I believe I use a universal battery for these because there's two sizes. I use the big size. The big size will fit on, I would say most, if not all, Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. This small size is more for like Game Boy Advance games. And so if you're buying batteries, make sure that if you're working with Game Boy Advance games, you have to look specifically for Game Boy Advance CR. I think it's 1616, and then this is 20 by 25 or 20 by 23. Both are fine. If you want, the best option would probably be a 20 by 23. I don't quite remember what this is. I bought this a while ago so that I can oh, there it goes. This is a Sierra 2025. It says it here. It's kind of hard to see, but it says it there on the top. So yeah, it's mostly just the width and the diameter, so how big it is. So 2023 will probably be your best bet if you want it smaller, like flatter. But they both work. All right. So my soldering iron is working. So let's get this working. Gotta use my solder paste first. And of course, we want to remove this because I don't want to damage the plastic. Put this up here, the screw right there. And so how I do it is I use tweezers. Where are my tweezers? There they go. So I use my tweezers and I apply heat first. So let's see if I can zoom in on my work. The light's a bit. Let's see if we can move the light a bit. There we go. Hopefully that's good. So right now I like to get this side. Again, wearing goggles will be good. I don't want you to do this, and then if you're doing this and you use a lot of force with the tweezer, the solder might fly in your face. You don't want that. It's very bad. So what I do is just apply the heat and lift it up slowly. You want a good angle. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Hopefully you guys were able to see that. I can't really recreate it. Just note that you want your soldering iron hot enough so that this solder is melted, and you want to hold this at an angle so that it lifts off. So that's good. So once you have one side off, it's easy peasy from here. So my save data was just deleted pretty much, but that's okay. So now what you want to do is you can hold from this side, like the same side, and then just apply heat here. And then there we go. Just like that. Comes off. So it's very nice. And what you want to do is, of course, cleaning that would be nice. This is a perfect example of perfect use of soldering braid, or solder wick. Both are proper. So let's do this. Just gotta use some solder paste on my iron, make it nice and tinted. It's like really good. Solder tint is okay, I would say, for tinting it, but you have to try Taco's solder paste, which is really good. It's so much better than tint, and it lasts like almost 3 times as long. It's super small compared to the tint that I get from Amazon, but it's really really good. All right, so let's do this. So just apply this here. Again, you want to make sure that your tip of your iron is tinted thanks to the solder paste. I mean, you could use solder tint if you have it. It's better than nothing. You don't want your iron to be very very black in the tip because it won't how do you say, attract the solder. All right, this is a lot better. Not bad. Let's get some 99 IPA. There we go. Some on the cotton swab to clean off this flux. Make it look nice and good. All right, dry it up a bit. Nice. So we're looking good. Let's get the new battery. So again, like I said, you want to make sure you get the proper sized battery for your cartridge. We're Game Boy Color, so we use the larger one. It's fine. You can still use a small 16 by 16 if you want to get that instead. But yeah, I think the difference is mostly price. These tend to be a little more expensive because they're universal. These are like a little cheaper, so works for me. All right, so basically this side, the one that just has like the patterns like that, that is the negative. So it's the same here. As you can see, there's some patterns on the top with the 2000. This side is always positive. You can see the plus. So you want to make sure this one, since it's connected to positive, is on the plus side on the board. So the plus side, if we took this way, this is the positive right here on the left, and this is negative. So that means we take this, and there you go, just like that. Okay, there we go. As you can see, it was just like I said, even though it's bigger, it's fine. You know, it fits fine, so that's great. All right, I'm just trying to get this good. I like it to look really nice. So yeah, I mean, this is my personal copy of Warland. I just decided to change the battery because I already changed my Pokemon cartridge batteries. I would have used those instead, but hey. All right, let's get some solder. Um, as usual, my trusted leaded solder. So let's see, probably a little higher. I'm trying to make this less blurry. All right, we're back. All right, let's see. Hopefully this is not too blurry. There we go. So let's do this. I just press down here. There we go. So I don't mind touching this tab here. It doesn't it doesn't really burn you unless you leave. If you don't have a controlled soldering iron, then you'll probably get burnt here if you leave the soldering iron too high. But you want to make sure that your solder is here. Just keep going like that. There we go. Looks pretty good to me. We're gonna reflow this. So right now it looks pretty good. Now let's get this side. I always move the PCB what's more comfortable to me. So I suggest you do the same for you. So there we go. It's kind of like someone who writes at a certain angle, and then someone else, you know, they probably write. Me personally, when I write slanted. Some people might write straight, as in like I use my book, I slant it while writing. You know, that's just whatever's comfortable to you, and it works. Feel free to do. All right, Can't go wrong with too much solder. The one thing that I would say is that if you have a battery, you don't want to have the solder touching the yellow. That would be bad. So in this case, it doesn't seem like it really flowed properly. It just looks like a giant lump. So I'm gonna add some flux there. Flux helps distribute the solder to make it look nice. There we go. It looks better like that now. So, and just want to get this side. Yeah, it does. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine on this side. All right, so let's get this side again. We're gonna use some flux. Add some more of this here. It's okay if you get solder on the tab here. It's fine. So there we go. That looks a lot better. And yeah, so this is how you change a battery. And just like that, this is fine. Because as I said, plus and negative. You just got to look at the board itself. You can actually see that says minus and positive up there. So there we go. Now, what are we going to do? For testing purposes, why not bring out the multimeter? All right. So let's turn this on to voltage. And we'll do a quick test. So as we already said, this is positive. Get your red prong there and your negative here. And there we go. 3.3. That is a brand new battery because that's what these batteries are. They're rated for 3.3 volts. So there you go. Hopefully this helped you out. I've been extremely busy. I also had taken a week off, like a mental week, just to relax my brain because I do like to read a lot. I'm trying to learn and get better. So, but I feel like it was pretty. I needed to give myself a break. That's all. All right. But anyway, let's do a quick test here without ranting, because I tend to do that, and you guys are not here for my rants. All right. So there we go. Let's turn this on. As you see, it fits really well, so it's fine. It's not squished or anything, so that's good. But again, that's mostly for Game Boy Color games. So you want to get the proper sized battery. CR1616 for Game Boy Advance, and CR2023 or 2025. Tabbed. I didn't mention that, but they have to be tabbed. You could use like a battery, like a... trying to get this centered. Okay, cool. It's just the camera was in the way. Okay. So you want to make sure that that's proper. All right. So let's do this. I actually replaced the capacitors on this Game Boy Color. They didn't have sound, and it's actually updated to CR. Not CR. I'm sorry. I'm thinking the other thing. I changed the capacitors to tantalum capacitors. There we go. Alright. I think this is just the opening intro. I can't really skip it or anything. Alright. Alright. There's an opening. I can't skip it? No. I guess not. Hopefully, we can get past this. Anytime, please. Kind of wish I had Pokemon right now. Alright, I think we're gonna talk to this tree or something. Oh, it's that. Alright, you know what? I can't really demonstrate it, but, well, maybe we could skip this real quick. Do a quick level. Okay, yes, I see. And one thing I like about this game is that animations are really good. So that's cool. Alright, so there we go. It's saved. So since it's saved, now let's test the battery. I like to give the battery like a little bit of time, like 5 seconds, because that's usually the caught off time for a dead battery. So yeah, 2, 1, and all right. Turn it on. It should say continue, and there we go. That's our test. Took about 2 minutes, but hey. Yep, continue. Yep, see, we're here. So battery install worked great. So if make like I said, you have to make sure these tabs are properly installed, because otherwise your game won't save. And yeah, one time I've done that. That was my very early times of replacing these batteries, and I was just winging it. Like, uh, it was kind of like you can do it by just looking at it, but I wasn't thinking, and I didn't have as many of the tools. Like I have so much better stuff now in days than I did back then. So anyway, I hope this helps, and thank you so much. I might include links in the video. I'm not affiliated. I always have to say that because just trying to help you guys out. If I do become affiliated, great. But for now, I'm just gonna try to share the type of stuff like this right here. This is a screwdriver. I actually want to start selling these myself. They're really good because you can open pretty much any console with this, or even the fatter one right here. This one is like for GameCubes and N64s. This one is for like game cartridges, rumble packs, and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see. Have a great day, and I hope this helps you. Bye bye.